Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm messaging as many airlines as I can for a free upgrade or like a free business class ticket. Recently I went to Pakistan, there and back, I flew economy, and I said next time I travel I'm flying business. So today I'm messaging as many airlines as I can for like a free upgrade or like a free business class ticket, and you never know, they might get back to me. I have no idea. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, smash a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and without further ado, let's get started. With these airlines, I genuinely have no idea if they actually have like official Instagram account. Now, I do know for a fact that Qatar Airways, Emirates, they basically have a TikTok account and also a Twitter account. So I don't know if they actually have like official like Instagram account. I have no idea. But my first victim is Qatar Airways, and you guys know Qatar Airways is genuinely my favorite airline. I think the first time I went to Pakistan after the 8-year gap was with Qatar Airways, and guys, since then they've always been my favorite airline because since then I've always flew Qatar Airways because they are pretty good. Anyway, I thought I'll message them on Instagram. Bearing in mind, I have no idea if they actually have like official Instagram account. I have no idea. But let's search it, find out, and you never know, they might actually give me like a free upgrade because I flew them so many times. Possibly to get like a free upgrade with Qatar Airways, maybe in the message I will tell them that I flew them all the time. So let's see that works. So it turns out that Qatar Airways actually have like official Instagram account and they have 8.5 million followers. So I'm about to go to their DM and yo guys, the invite thingy is actually off. Right guys, DM has now been sent. Basically it says, "Hi, my name is Usman and I'm filming a YouTube video where I message as many airlines as I can for them to offer me a business class for my next flight. I fly with you guys all the time on trips to Pakistan. Looking forward to hearing from you guys." So I mean, they might get back to me, I have no idea, but because they actually have 8.5 million followers and their invite thing is actually off, there could be a chance that they could get back to me. By the way, if you guys have flew with Qatar Airways, let me know if you like them, if you hate them, because I personally think their service is actually pretty amazing. On my trip to Pakistan, there and back, their service, it was actually amazing. Even though I flew in economy, their service, 10 out of 10. Victim 2 is Emirates. Now, bearing in mind, Emirates is not the airline that I've not flown before because I've always flew with Qatar Airways, Etihad, Saudi Airlines, PIA back in the day, Turkish Airlines back in the day. So Emirates is the only airline that I've not flown with, so hopefully their service is actually pretty good. Anyway, every single time when I go to the Manchester viewing park for planes, I always see the A380, and guys, on my phone, I have so many videos of the A380 up close. It's actually pretty crazy because that plane is actually massive. Anyway, I'm about to go to their Instagram account. Hopefully they do actually have like an official Instagram account because if they don't, they don't. But I'm about to go message them the exact same message and see what they say. Bearing in mind, I'm not flowing with them, but if I say the exact same message, you never know, I might get a free upgrade. I am now on the Emirates official Instagram page and they actually have 8.9 million followers, which is way more than Qatar, but Qatar service is actually pretty amazing. Anyway, because I'm not flowing Emirates before, I'm about to go to the DM, and first of all, they don't actually have the invite thingy off, so I'm about to drop the message and see what they say. And yo, right here it says typically reply instantly, so you never know, Emirates, they might get back to me. Right guys, I've got the message here. Basically it's the exact same message I sent to Qatar Airways, so I'm about to send it, and because it says here typically replies instantly, you never know, might get reply back. I have no idea. One of the things I find pretty crazy and one of the things I find pretty funny is that everybody is always telling me that Emirates is way better than Qatar Airways, but every single year Qatar always has won the airline award of the year. So people that think Emirates is the best airline, why haven't they won the award? Tell me why. Airline 3 is Saudi Airlines. Last year, back in January, I flew with Saudi on the way to Pakistan because at that time they were the cheapest, and bearing in mind at that time it snowed. Now, a few days I was due to travel, it snowed pretty heavily. On the day when I traveled, snow it cleared up. The airport, it was actually pretty crazy. Bearing in mind, my flight that day, it was actually at 2 PM and I left Manchester at 7 PM. That when I actually got to Jeddah, I actually missed my connected flight. Bearing in mind, it wasn't the airline fault because it was snow issue. But when we got there, they were no helpful at all because they gave us a flight 12 hours after we landed. Fair enough, because obviously we got a flight in the end, but honestly they were not helpful at all. Hopefully today when I message them for a free upgrade or free, you know, take it to business class, hopefully they'll be that helpful because last year they weren't. But with Saudi Airlines, on the first part of the journey, they actually gave like this pizza thing, and guys, it was genuinely the best thing. Before I messaged Saudi Airlines, I actually got a reply back from Emirates and they said, "Thank you for contacting Emirates. please select from the following options on how we could best direct your queries. And so far, they're not sending any options, so that's pretty weird. But they go back to me and I can't complain. We are on the official Instagram for Saudi Airlines and they actually have 1.1 million followers, and apparently they're only following 5 people. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm about to go. Oh, apparently you can call them. Yo, that's actually pretty sick, can't lie. Anyway, let's go to the message section and see what they say. Yo, once again, the invite thingy is actually off. And also, yo, typically replies within minutes and they're currently online, so let's give it a shot. So let's copy and paste the exact same message and see what they say. Yo, just imagine if they go back to me. That's actually pretty crazy because right there it says typically replies within minutes, so you never know, they might do. And also they're online. Right guys, Saudi Airlines actually go back to me and they also sent me 2 messages, one in English and one in Arabic, and apparently they told me that the person behind all this is actually called Bushra. So apparently I have to click this link and Bushra will actually help me, so maybe I might do it, I have no idea. But the fact that they actually go back to me in 2 articles, one in English and one in Arabic, is actually pretty good, can't lie. I have messaged 3 airlines and 2 of them go back to me. Saudi Airlines and Emirates go back to me. Basically Emirates, their reply was actually pretty weird because they told me that apparently I had a list of like queries to choose from, which I can't find. And Saudi Airlines, actually they sent me 2 messages, one in English, one in Arabic, and so far nothing from Qatar Airways. So Qatar Airways, you're letting me down. PIA has officially gone back to Manchester after a 6-year ban because their pilots were driving the planes with no licenses. Anyway, 6 years later the ban has been lifted and now they are doing flights to Manchester from Islamabad and Lahore. And bearing in mind, I could message PIA because they do direct flights to Pakistan, but their airlines are literally so bad. The plane itself is actually a 22-year-old plane. Yo, that's pretty crazy, I can't lie. Anyway, speaking of planes, how old they are, recently I went to Turkey on Jet 2 and that plane was 26 years old. That's also pretty crazy, can't lie. Anyway, like I was saying, I could message PIA, but recently my grandma, she went PIA and she was saying that the service was actually pretty bad. The seats were tacky, the plane was tacky, the food was nasty, there was like no AC. So even though they do offer direct flights to Pakistan, there's no way, genuinely no way, that I'll fly with PIA because their airline is actually pretty bad. Another airline that I could possibly message is actually Turkish Airlines, which I flew with them back in 2014. Back then PIA, it was still around, but back then it was mega expensive. Obviously that was the first time I flew Turkish Airlines, and guys, their planes are actually pretty small. I mean, from like Manchester to Istanbul, their plane sometimes is a big one, sometimes it's a small one, but most of the times it's a small one. And guys, to be honest, I have no idea why. I mean, I could message them for like a free upgrade, but their business class tickets, basically what they offer is completely different because on their like, you know, upgrade system, if you actually sit in business class and if your flight is over 10 hours long, a personal chef will come to you and take your order. Now I know for a fact that from Manchester to Istanbul is about 4 hours, 5 hours, so even if I actually got an upgrade, there's no way a personal chef will come to me, take my order, because my flight is only 5 hours. So Turkish Airlines, I'm afraid I'll miss you out, because if my flight was a lot longer, then personally I would have done it because of the personal chef. Because from Manchester to Istanbul the flight is like 5 hours, 4 hours, there's no way I'm about to get a personal chef. So I'm sorry guys, I'm missing you out. To the next airline. My final airline is Etihad Airways, which I flew with them last year in August, and bearing in mind that airline is actually a pretty good airline, but their layovers are extremely long. Last year when I went, basically I think I landed at 6 AM Abu Dhabi time, and my layover, it was actually 7 hours, 8 hours, I have no idea, but I could have viewed the country and see how it is, but because I was so tired, because I flew economy, I was extremely tired. So basically I was in the airport for about 8-7 hours, but their lounges, wow, their lounges are literally insane. So I'm about to go to the Instagram and message them for a free upgrade on my next journey. Bearing in mind, I know for a fact that every single time when I travel, I always choose Qatar Airways, but hopefully Emirates Airlines, Saudi, Emirates, Etihad, Qatar, they could all get back to me, offer me a free upgrade. I have no idea. But right now, I'm about to try Etihad and see what they say, and hopefully they'll get back to me. I genuinely have no idea how to spell Etihad, but finally we were on an Instagram page, and these people have 3 million followers, which is way less than Qatar and Emirates put together. Anyway, I'm about to go to their messages and send them a message, and oh yo, these guys also reply back within minutes, so hopefully they'll get back to me. I have no idea. But I'm about to drop them the exact same message, and let's see what they say. So message is sent, and let's see what they say. I did say that I wasn't going to message Turkish Airlines, but I thought I'd message them, see what happens. So I'm about to go to their message, and they also reply back instantly. So I'm about to drop them the exact same message, even though I won't get the chef, but it's worth a shot. Right, message is now sent. So if I actually go back to, yo, Turkish Airlines, go back to me. That's crazy. What they said: hello, your message has been received. To proceed with your request, we may process your personal data in line with legal obligations. More detail. Okay, and then also the exact same message in Turkish. So that's actually a pretty good message. I feel like every single airline has sent the exact same message, if you know what I mean. So these are the airlines that I've chosen. I've chosen Qatar Airways, Emirates, Saudi, Etihad, and Turkish Airlines. And basically, Emirates go back to me, Saudi go back to me, and also Turkish. I've heard nothing from Qatar or Etihad, even though Etihad, it says right there, reply back within minutes. Maybe they might do, I have no idea, but we'll see what happens. But I've actually messaged 5 airlines, and 3 of them go back to me, so I can't complain. Even though I did say that I wasn't gonna message Turkish Airlines, because on their like business class, if your flight is like longer than 10 hours, obviously you get a personal chef that takes your order, everything like that. But I thought, you know what, it's actually worth a shot, and they go back to me. So apparently I have to submit a request and see what happens, which possibly I might do, I have no idea. But like I said, I messaged 5 airlines, and 3 of them go back to me, which are Emirates, Saudi, and Turkish. Etihad might get back to me, I have no idea. Qatar, same with you. But so far, 5 airlines, 3 go back to me, and that's actually pretty good, I can't lie. Anyway guys, that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash a big thumbs up, subscribe down below. Like I was saying, I message as many airlines as I can, and 3 of them go back to me with a response that I possibly have to fill a request in, which I might do, which thinking about it, will I do it? I have no idea. Like I said, I might do. But Etihad, Qatar, you guys are the only airlines that go back to me. Hopefully before this video goes out, they might do. Like I said, I have no idea. So I'm about to edit this video, and I realized that Etihad Airways actually got back to me, and basically they told me, first of all, they used my name, and second of all, they told me, thanks for reaching out, we can totally understand, you can check the flights available from this link here, and also they gave me a link where I can check the latest offers and discounts from this link. So that's actually a pretty good reply. But one day, I want to fly with Emirates, because obviously they only have the A380. Apparently, Etihad and Qatar are actually retiring the A380. So Emirates, you guys are my only chance. So next time that I travel, hopefully it's Emirates, because apparently their service is also pretty great as well. Let me down below if you guys have been with Emirates and what they are, because apparently they also are a pretty good airline. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. To be honest, I genuinely have no idea what it's about, because I message as many airlines as I possibly can for a free upgrade, and 3 of them go back to me, which to be honest I can't complain. So hopefully those 2 they will. Like I said, I have no idea. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want more of these videos, let me know, and I'll see you all for a brand new video very soon. Peace.